Hey, what is going on? I'm back again with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 tips that will help improve your workflow in FL Studio and help you work faster and much more efficiently. So let's dive into the computer and let's begin. All right, guys. So the first tip that I have for you is one that's going to help you save CPU. If you're using an older machine or if you're using plugins that are very CPU and RAM intensive, you can always notice that by this meter up here. You can see mine is already moving because I'm using ease keys and expand 2. And the more you start to build your track and the more you play more chord progressions and stack up more sounds, you will have a problem. You'll start having glitches and it might actually cause your FL Studio to crash. So you can freeze some of your tracks and save a lot of CPU. So freezing tracks in FL Studio is easy. You just come here to your arrangement, and then you can just come here to the pattern that you want to freeze and just right click on it and come down to render as audio clip, or you can do a quick render as audio clip. That's the one I use all the time. So just make sure that the sound is going to a mixer channel. So if it's not going to a mixer channel, just make sure you send it to a mixer track, and then you can just do that. So just right click and quick render is an audio clip, and then there we go. And then it's gonna make a copy of the sound into a waveform. So then you can switch off the original MIDI data so that it doesn't play. Then you can just only play the wave. It's as easy as that. You'll be able to save. So no matter what track you have, even if it's drums, you can do the same. You can just right click and render quick as an audio clip. Okay, the next tip that I have for you is to use presets. Presets are really helpful, especially when you're working on a lot of projects and you want to work really fast, especially here in the mixer. We all know that we like to use presets, plugins, or presets and plugins, but you can also use presets when you're working on mixing as well. Like I have a lot of presets that I have saved, mixer presets that I use all the time. Like I have this one called Tutorial Mic. Whenever I'm trying to make a tutorial, I can just drag this and drop this into a mixer channel, and then it loads up my RVox, my CLA2A, my de-esser, and my compressor, and then I make sure that I work quickly. I even have some master presets as well that I can also just throw into my master, and then I can kind of have everything that I use or the setup that I normally use quickly, so that I don't have to keep redoing this process over and over again. I even have a rap vocals preset that I have. If you guys are interested in presets, you can go check out my store. I have presets that I have in my store that are available to purchase, that you can purchase in my store as well as some of my sounds in my store as well. You can go check them out. They're very cheap right now in my store, so you can go check those out. But presets really help you work faster and much more efficiently. Now, the next tip that I have for you is a really important one, because I know when I'm working, I'm always pressing Control S, and that is to save, if you didn't know. But sometimes you will be in the zone and you will forget to save. What you want to do is, as a backup layer, so that you don't lose your projects, you want to come here to Options and come to General Settings, come here to File, and make sure that Autosave is set to frequently, every 5 minutes, and before risky operations. And you can also increase your maximum number of backups that you can save, and you can find them here in the backup folder on the left side in your browser. You can see I have backup files that are all over here. These are extra save files that it's saving on its own besides my main save file. So this is a way that you can actually be safe if you're working on really important music, so that you don't lose your project. So make sure that you can increase your maximum amount of backups that you have, and make sure that your autosave is frequently every 5 minutes and before risky operations. So if you're loading a really big plugin, it will save before it loads that plugin, so that if that plugin makes your FL Studio crash, you can still just go back and reopen that project before you actually insert that plugin. So that's a good layer of safety that you want to add, and it's very important. It's saved me a lot of times. Now, my next tip is more of a sound design tip that I always use when I'm trying to make new samples or I'm trying to really tweak some sounds. Now, we all know that, when you're using VSTs, you can always have controls that you use over here. And when you're now working with samples, usually samples like this sample comes with just the, just the normal sound that you hear. But you can also take the samples a step further, especially when it comes to kicks and snares. Like, you can hear this kick sounds okay, but I'm going to show you these pre-computed effects that you can find here in the controls of the kick itself. So you just come here and you just click this button here where you have this range, and then you'll find there's a boost, EQ, and you also have a ring modulation, and you also have a filter, and you also have reverb and stereo delay, and you also have some pogo. So right now I'm just going to solo this kick, and I'm just going to add a boost. But you see what this is doing? It's actually making the kick clip. So you just switch on clip, and then you see what I did here. It actually turned the clipping on, and then it added some distortion. And then you can actually shift the frequency balance of the boost that you actually put in. And you can also add like a filter cut if you want to, add a little bit of a filter. So this is without you even adding any other effects to the sound. So this is pre-computed effects that you can actually throw in that will just have you tweak your sound. You can even do more. You can add like a reverb, something like that, and do that and really modify your sound. Raise the resonance. This is if you want to design your samples and turn that simple sample into a new sample. So this is a really good sound design trick that you can use, that I always use when I'm trying to make samples or new samples that I actually use in my music, and then I can have some really original flavors in my music. So I always use this, and you can do this with any sample that's a wave that you can drop into your channel. It could be a hi-hat, it could be a kick, it could be a snare. No matter what sample it is, you can do this. You can tweak it to your liking and design the sound. Now, my last tip that I'm going to share with you is a tip that really helps me. In order for your computer to run effectively, you need to have free space in your computer, and you need to make sure that your computer is in good health. And the software that I usually use to do this is a software called the CCleaner. That's the one that you see right now here on screen. You can download this software for free, and you can upgrade if you want to add more features to it, if you want to upgrade it, if you really love it. But I love using this little software. It cleans up my machine, it cleans up my registry, and cleans up my hard drive, and just make sure that I stay with enough free space so that my computer runs nice and smooth. So you can just click analyze, and then it will analyze and find some junk, then find trackers in your Internet Explorer and everywhere else where there's just some junk that you don't need, that is not supposed to be there, that is clogging up your machine. So when you find that you're losing a lot of space unnecessarily and you want a free space, install CCleaner. And I'm not sponsored by the company that made CCleaner Piriform, but I'm just recommending this little software because it's been helping me for years, and it really does a good job of really just cleaning the junk out of your PC. You can see right now I have a gig and 500 megabytes of junk that is in my computer that I need to clean up right now and just free up some space. So definitely download you this software. It will really help you clean up some space in your computer. I'm gonna have a link to it in the description below. You can go check it out, and check out the other links in the description below. I have a 7% discount off DistroKid that you can use when you want to start releasing your music. And I also have a link to my store where you can get all the samples that I use in my tutorials. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Remember to share this video with other producers, and if you're new here on my channel, remember to subscribe down below and drop me a like. It really helps my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you soon in another video. I am X, and I'm out. Peace.